So ironically, the most unreliable car that I own is not my M3, it's not the Supra. Fortunately, it's my X5, and that's because, well, I've had some more issues with it. If you guys have been following my channel, you'll know that recently the oil pump on this thing went bad. Now, I specifically got an X5 40i because, well, I thought the B58 was bulletproof. There's never any issues with it. And I still stand by that for the most part. The B58 is a very reliable engine, but unfortunately, it does still have some issues, one of which being the oil pump. I believe it's actually specifically on the X5 in certain years, but unfortunately I got another check engine light. But before we get into all that, I'm sure you guys are wondering, where's the Supra? It's right over here. All right, obviously a bad joke, but tell me guys this isn't really cool. Look at this. I think the brand is called Maisto or Maisto, something like that. I actually have a few of them, but in Porsches. But anyways, if you guys are actually wondering about the Supra, well, I'd say goodbye to it for another week. We're not gonna go into it. I don't wanna like blast anybody, but thankfully they did agree to fix it, so it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get it and it'll all be good. But anyways, I have a few things to do to the X5, so I figured I'd just do it in this video. One of which being the cabin air filters, which I think is under here. Yep, I was right. So you gotta drop this panel similar to pretty much every other BMW. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but there's a piece back here attached with 2 torque screws. It's such a pain to get in there. Like you have to do some freaking gymnastics or something. Anyways, the cabin air filters actually don't seem too bad, but yeah, I changed them regardless. So anyways, we gotta do one more thing on the X5 before we get into the big thing, which is that check engine light. I still gotta scan it and see if there's anything suspicious going on because, well, I actually cleared that check engine light a few times and it kept on coming back. So there might be something permanent on it. But anyways, in the meantime, let's just get to the next thing, which is installing windshield wipers. Not the most exciting thing, but it's gotta get done. So much to my other cars, we got the Michelin, what do they call them? Michelin Guardians. I don't know, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was, that'd be cool. There it goes. So clearly I'm an idiot and I just don't know anything. These wipers don't work. That's because apparently this car has a wide arm wiper thing. I don't know, man. Listen guys, this is all new to me too, so I'm just figuring all this out. But yeah, so we're gonna have to deal with that another day. I'm gonna have to return those and get some new ones. Either way, it said it was gonna fit, but I guess not. What I want to do now is get into the real issue here, which is the check engine light on the X5. Now again, it's been coming and going. I already cleared it, but it'll come back again because I've done that before. And would you look at that? There it is. So I was actually kind of hoping it wouldn't come back, but yeah, it's back. So Foxwell actually sent me out this scanner, which is pretty handy because yeah, unfortunately I need it with this check engine light. We got the scanner plugged in. We're gonna shut off the car and we're gonna put it in accessory mode. So if you didn't know, to do that on these cars, these newer BMWs, you basically just, without your foot on the brake, press on the ignition button 3 times very quickly. So yep, diagnostics mode active. So now we can turn on our scanner. So while we wait for this thing to turn on, huge shout out to Foxwell. Thank you for sending me out the scanner. If you guys want one, I'll leave some links down in the description below. This one is actually really cool. It does a lot. It actually runs on an Android operating system and it does like all the scans that you'd need. Yeah, I do have Beamer Link as well, and I do use that pretty often, but one with the Supra, I actually can't use Beamer Link, and then this to me just feels more legit. Let's go into Diagnose. Now, if you guys have never used one of these before, you can like select your vehicle and all that, but what you can also do is press on VIN over there and press on automatic read. So this is going to automatically scan our VIN. We actually don't have to put in what car it is. It'll all just figure that out by itself. So at this point, I've cleared this code maybe like 3 times. And I know that's not the best way to go about it, but it is a long story why I did. But anyways, I did. I've looked at these codes before and they all looked foreign to me. It's nothing that I've seen before. So anyways, back into the scanner tool. It did its thing scanning the car. So now what we want to do is go to Diagnose. We're going to press on Quick Scan. And you can see here within, we have 2 errors. So we have one within the DME and then one within the crash safety module, which is interesting. So let's go into the DME one. Go to read codes. So information engine switch off, time too short compared to cooling engine cooling. Interesting. So I've seen these codes before. Obviously I didn't remember exactly what they were, but I've seen them before, and yeah, they're just super foreign to me. So this one I already tried to Google and I couldn't find anything on it. But let's go back, because I don't remember what the other one was. Let's go into the crash safety one. Again, read codes, kilometer reading, range, not current, receive, transmitter. Yeah, no idea what that means either. So with a quick Google, if it wants to focus in here, it seems like there's some type of transmitting issue between the digital cluster and the AC, the air conditioning control system. Anyways, I'm gonna do some more research about this, but it's just really unfortunate because I feel like I've had a pretty good experience with most of my cars, believe it or not. It's like I've had like leaks or coolant leaks or stuff like that, but that stuff actually I'm more comfortable dealing with because it's like physical. This, I have no idea what it means. Some like transmitting issue or something, I don't know. But unfortunately, guys, it just makes me feel like this has been the most unreliable car that I've had. And probably not really. I think the most unreliable car that I've had is the 435. As much as I love the N55, that thing definitely had its fair share of issues. But this has had more annoying issues, from the oil pump to now this. So I'm gonna do some research. All right, so it's been a couple hours. Like I expected, I went inside and I couldn't stop thinking about this code. And look, I probably should have known this earlier, and I'm sure some people are gonna judge me for it, but I didn't know this. The combi basically is your digital dash. So it actually has a combi unit behind it. I think it's like the ECU of the dash. I don't know. Regardless, that's what it is. So that's what's kind of glitching right now. And I was trying to think what could be causing this issue, because it's not like a whole bunch of people with X5s have been having it. And that's when it struck me. I actually coded this car to have a few things. The ambient lighting is one of them. And then the other thing is an X5M digital dash. This might be a stretch here, but maybe that coding threw something off and now that's why it's not able to communicate. I don't know, this could be a long shot. Regardless, so right now we're gonna take the Wi-Fi adapter, plug it in, connect to Beamer code, and try to restore an old version. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go into instrument cluster, and you guys can see, so the layout right now I have as M. So I don't know, maybe something with that is throwing it off. Again, this is a long shot, but what we're gonna do is go into backup. Let's go back to February 6th, 2024, which I think is like when I first bought the car. So hopefully that will do it. Start the coding. And now you guys should see just how different the original dash looks. Man, that is way uglier. Well, coding is successful. So I'm curious, if we turn on the car, will it clear the code automatically? Let's give it a shot. Nope. I didn't really, oh wait, hold on. Was that really it? No way. We're gonna go back into the Foxwell just to scan this thing one more time and see what's going on. So again, gonna go to diagnostics, scan the VIN. Wow, nothing. No faults. It was the coding. That was not what I was expecting. At least we figured it out. It was a silly issue and now we're stuck with the original dash. But hey, no more check engine light. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, or if you just laughed at me and my cluelessness, that's totally fine too. Drop this video a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And with that said, this video is pretty much done, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.